Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a little information out on Oswald and some of the things that I'm going to be covering. As you see here, there's a lot of images behind me, which you see my cursor. A lot of images and stuff because I'm going to make a video on Oswald's two shots that he took that day. But I'm also going to be bringing some other stuff up, but I also want to show a video where I just give the information out about Oswald so people would understand more about what's really went on back then. Okay. Just like, when you read a story or when you read somebody's book or something, they're going to point out, like, we're going to use, for instance, um, the gunman. I mean, not the gunman, the police officer that seen Oswald on the second floor of the lunchroom. Okay. They're going to tell you, well, he's seen him, so Oswald couldn't have done it because, especially people that's backing Oswald being, um, they said he's not the assassin. Oswald was set up. These people are going to push this, but they're not going to tell you everything that involved in this or all the information that surrounds this. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now. They're going to say, well, there's no way Oswald could have took any shots that day. And here's the reason why. Because 90 seconds after the last shot was fired, an officer seen Oswald on the second floor in the lunchroom. So that, and he wasn't sweating, he wasn't out of breath or nothing else. So he couldn't have been the assassin. Okay, well, let's look at that for a moment. Okay. They're going to tell you that information, and that's all the information they're going to give you. They're not going to give you no other information whatsoever. But now you let me give you the full insight of that story. 12 o'clock, Oswald and a bunch of other people was on the sixth floor of Texas School Book Depository. 12 o'clock, they all got in the elevator. Oz was the only one that stayed back. And they said, ain't you going to go down to lunch with us? And he says, no. Now, this is reported in the police reports from eyewitnesses. It was like 5 or 6 of them said the same story. Remember, different locations, same story. Said Oswald went ahead and decided to stay on the 6th floor. And he says, could you do me a favor, though, and send the elevator back up for me? Okay, so they all went down to the second floor lunchroom, pushed the button and everything else, and sent the elevator back up to Oswald on the 6th floor. Okay, so now we have the elevator on the 6th floor where Oswald's at. Oswald goes ahead and takes out the Carcana rifle, places it as a decoy, hides it by the staircase. So people would think the assassin took the staircase down. Then he takes a clip out of the rifle, place it on the box in front view, which was right here, which I'll show you right here. The Carcana rifle sitting right here in between these boxes and stuff. I'll pull up this image right here so you can see by both views, which I'll shrink this a little bit. We'll pull up this one here, then we'll pull up the other one here so you can see. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit on this. Okay, so you'll be able to see it. Let's bring this one back up. Okay, here we go. Now you see this box right here where my cursor is. That's this box right here. This box right here, which you see the papers and stuff, that's right here. This box right here is right here. And this box over here is right here. And right here is Oswald's rifle, the Carcana rifle, sitting right here. Well, that's right in this location right here. Now, what Oswald also did was he placed it. Now, how they found that rifle there? I want to show you how they found that rifle. Because he placed it, the clip of the rifle over here on this box. The bullet clip he placed on the box. So when they found that clip, they said, well, the rifle has to be around here somewhere because here's the clip. And then they start looking around in this location here, and that's when they found the rifle sitting right here in between the boxes. And so to them, that's how the assassin escaped, right here by the stairwell. But there was nobody, seen nobody running down the steps. But now look, the assassin had to run down the stairwell because here's a clip right here, the rifle's here, right by the steps. So here's where the assassin took off. That's what Oswald wanted to make them think. Oswald, after he took his 2 shots, well, we'll make a video on that, about the 2 shots Oswald took. He went ahead and then went on the elevator took the elevator down, which again, they're not going to tell you this information, but I'm going to tell you this information. As you see here, here's the elevator that Oswald took down. Here is a location where Oswald was seen by the Coke machine. Here's where the stairwell, the guy came up, the officer and stuff, they all came up, ran up around here, and that's when they looked in the door and seen Oswald here. Okay, but they're not going to tell you that right here is the elevator that Oswald took down. And right beside that Coke machine is what? A door right here. And the Coke machine's right here. So the Coke machine is right on the other side of the wall where the elevator was that Oswald took down. And this is the elevator that the people claim that they sent back up on the 6th floor. Now, when I'm reading these documents, this is what goes through my mind, okay? At the time, okay, at 12 o'clock, people went downstairs, and they sent the elevator back up on the 2nd floor. Now, after the assassination, both elevators were seen where? On the 2nd floor. So wait a minute. The elevator was sent back up to the 6th floor by 6 eyewitnesses. 6 eyewitnesses claimed they sent the elevator back up to Oswald on the 6th floor. But after assassination, both elevators are on the 2nd floor. So only way that elevator from the 6th floor can go back down to the 2nd floor is if Oswald getting on it, because the type of elevator you had to raise up the bottom and the top closed together, and both of them doors have to be closed before the elevator goes down or up. Okay, but Oswald had to get back on that elevator, close them doors by hand before the elevator could come down the 2nd floor. This is how I found out how Oswald took his route to the Coke machine, because he went across after he took his 2 shots, hit his rifle that he used, which I'll go into detail on that in the video. He hit his rifle. He walks across, gets on the elevator, shuts it, goes down. 2 seconds later, he's already at the 2nd floor. All he's got to do is open the doors up, walk right through that, take 2 steps out, 2 steps over through the door, and another step over, and he's right at the Coke machine. All within a second. Okay, all within a second. They're not going to tell you this. Me, I'm going to tell you this. Just like if you see right here, in this image here, which I'll zoom in. Okay, here's a Coke machine Oswald standing at. Right here is the door. Okay, let me see, there should be another image here that I have that shows the lunchroom. Okay, go a little bit slower. Right here. Okay, we're going to zoom in. All right. Now, Oswald standing right here in front of this Coke machine here. This is the door that they came in and they seen Oswald, but the door is right here. The door is exactly right here. So, and the elevator Oswald took is right behind this wall here. So when the elevator came down, Oswald walked around and this basically did a loop. And he's right in front of the Coke machine. This is why Oswald wasn't tired out, because all he had to do is just walk straight across onto the elevator, pull it up, went down to the 2nd floor, open it, and as soon as it hits the floor, it automatically opens up itself. That's one thing about these elevators too. As soon as they hit the floor, they open up. That's what makes them stationary and they won't move. That's why they can't move or nothing until someone closes the doors. Once the doors are closed on these type of elevators at that time, that's when the elevator can move. But as soon as the elevator reaches the level that it's supposed to be at, or the floor, then doors open up and it stays stationary until someone walks back into that elevator for them and close them doors. That's when the elevator can start moving again. So that's the route that Oswald took. But no one wants to tell nobody that, because 6 eyewitnesses that was on the same floor with Oswald that day said they got on the elevator. They asked Oswald if he's going down the 2nd floor. He said, no, send the elevator back up for me. They got to the 2nd floor lunchroom. They sent the elevator back up to Oswald. The door stayed open until Oswald walked in there and he closed it, because before the assassination, that elevator was on the 6th floor. After the assassination, that elevator was on the 2nd floor. So see, they're not going to give you this type of information. I will. Okay, this is why Oswald was not out of breath. Another information I'm going to give you too is the backyard image. Now here's an image of the backyard image that Oswald took. Okay, well actually Oswald's wife took this picture, okay? Well, she admitted that she took it. Now, the information I'm gonna give you on this one is this. Oswald, you see the rifle in Oswald's hand here, and the revolver on Oswald's side. Okay, this image here was taken on February 5th, well, before February 5th, because it was developed on February 5th, 1963. The man that developed this image was Oswald himself. He developed this image. This is the reason why he got fired, because he developed these images here of him holding a rifle and the newspapers and stuff. And the newspapers was Russian papers. So he got fired over this because he also made fake IDs there when he worked as a printing shop. And he developed these images here. But he developed this image on February 5th. And that's when he got fired. Now, he did not order the car counter rifle or the revolver until March of 1963, which is 1 month later after these images was developed. They're not going to give you this information now because they want the FBI and CIA and all them wants us to believe that this is the car counter rifle that Oswald bought under A. Heidel, and this is the revolver that Oswald bought under A. Heidel. But this is not the revolver. This revolver here was went up for auction a few years ago because it was owned by Robert Oswald, Lee Harvey Oswald's brother. Because Lee Harvey Oswald sold his brother this revolver right here for a sum of $10. So that's a revolver that went up for auction that we see in this image here. The Springfield rifle, this is a Springfield rifle, this is not a car counter rifle. Okay, now they're going to say, no, that's the car counter rifle. No, it's a Springfield M1 Springfield rifle. It's a sniper's rifle, which in the video of Oswald's 2 shots, I'm going to show you that. But I just want in this video here, I just want to give you some information on this backyard image. That this image was taken by Oswald's wife. This is proven because she's verified this. They also did live at that address. Okay. Which in my book, Evidence of Conspiracy, I give this information out as well. All the information I give out in my video stuff is in my book and a lot more with it. But this image was taken by Oswald's wife. It was developed by Oswald on February 5th, a month before he bought the car counter rifle and the revolver. So the revolver and rifle that we see in this image here is not the car counter rifle and the revolver that he bought in March, because this image was already shot and developed before he even ordered that. So when they come up with whoever comes up with that information, stuff like that, I mean that false information, saying that the car counter rifles in Oswald's hand here and a rifle that he bought and the revolver that he bought is on his hips. No, Oswald did buy him this rifle and this revolver, but it wasn't the one that he ordered in March. It was actually done years before that. But I just want to make this video here, give a little bit more information out, so when I make this video of Oswald's 2 shots, people get more of an understanding of why I knew and I know that Oswald took these 2 shots here. Just like if you look at the shots, the order of the shots, okay, where, you know, when they said, well, Oswald took 3 shots and only had 6 seconds to do 3 shots. Well, actually, no. Oswald only took 2 shots that day. He took the first shot and shot number 5. And in between them 2 shots, he had 6 point something seconds, which I'll go into more details in that video, that Oswald had to take in between them 2 shots. And I'm also going to point out that third bullet casing, where that came from. Okay, that's and also going to be made in that video. But I just want to give out a little bit of information on Oswald here in this video here. So when you watch that video, when I make this video here, and you watch it, you can understand a lot more when I point out Oswald's route. Okay, that they're not going to tell us all this information. They're not going to tell us about the eyewitness accounts, who sent the elevator back up to Oswald. They're not going to tell us that, but it is in the Dallas police documents, which you can look online at their testimonies and stuff, and you'll find them. Where they claim that you know, they sent the elevator back up on the 6th floor to Oswald, and the backyard image. I'm not going to tell you that this was developed because they want to say it's a hoax, it's an altered image, that's not Oswald in it, you know. But it was actually developed by Oswald, and that is Oswald in the image. They're just trying to prove points to say they're trying to prove Oswald's innocence, but he's not innocent. He actually was one of the assassins that day. Just like when he set up the decoy rifle. And it's, well, that's not if you set up the decoy rifle. Well, hey, if you set up the decoy rifle and you set this up and you set that up, then it's still the same thing. But I just wanted to make this video here and let everybody know a little bit more information about Oswald. And so when I make this video and I post this, you'll get more of an understanding of the 2 shots Oswald took. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget the subscribe button. Don't forget even share this video. And thank you and have a pleasant day.